What the Home Resource Repair Center is doing with the city is pretty set. And, we felt pretty confident that her mission and the commingling of her mission with the city is in line, and that she's pretty satisfied with all of that. So I think what we want to hear from the two of you is, Councilman Cobb, can you just lean back? Is that, maybe just to do like a brief overview of your mission for your organizations, and then what you would like to see as far as your interaction with the city, maybe especially with ARPA funds, but you can certainly go beyond that. Reverend Hicks, you want to start?
Well, in terms of our mission, it's just, we've been focused on the Caledonia neighborhood, city of Cleveland Heights, to help low and moderate individuals in a number of ways, from our food pantry to our rehab program to our the new home construction program. And so, I think how we have evolved to this point, like I said, during the rehabs through the county land bank, receiving the home from the land bank, that way, and so they never came through the city, but they always received city approval. And so now that door has opened back up, in terms of the rehab program. And so, and also in terms of the properties that the city put out, and I believe the acronyms are RFI, but it's probably close enough. And we were able to, review that with our team and put together some responses back to the city on that. In terms of the new construction project, homes in the community, we were, the biggest thing about that is that the new construction piece, we responded to the city. And so we're partners. We consider ourselves partners with the city of Cleveland Heights. We responded to that, and we were able to get one house built. We were looking forward to the, in terms of the ARPA funds, as you know, you approved $300,000 for new construction and $200,000 for the rehab program. And so, and I have to say that, we've gone through a long process, but the process that we've just entered into with Brian and Chris, I think they were straight shooting, letting us know exactly what the city can do, what they can't do. And so came back to the city would like us to use the $500,000 for the rehab program. So we don't have a problem with that, because that's part of what we can do. The great thing about it, again, is that we're partners with the city. And so, again, building new homes was in response to the city. If the city is saying now, we would like you to focus on the free money that we're giving you to get a better bang for the buck by taking care of some of these homes in disrepair, then it's like, great, we want to work with you to do that. And in the same way, we're not forgetting about infill, but we can now, again, get a better bang for the buck, use those funds that come out of the sale of those rehab homes, and to be able to refocus and redirect into a infill program. And so, again, in my mindset, it's not asking God to bless what I'm doing. It's do what He's blessing, and we have the blessing to use these $500,000 to rehab homes. That's what we're going to. That's what we're going to do. We're excited. Again, we've been excited about redeveloping the neighborhood and in the Caledonia neighborhood and other areas of Cleveland Heights. And if we have to pivot to do those first and then come back to infill, we're not going to give up on that, but we're just going to build our capacity to be able to then do it, after we do these other homes. So that's pretty much where we are right now. We're excited and waiting on contracts.
And the number of houses, that's all been determined yet or not yet?
No, I mean,
I'm
again,
sorry,
we know they're there. We
Number
haven't
of
had those conversations yet, but
Okay.
it's creep, crawl, walk.
Should we be bringing those numbers to you in terms of the numbers of rehabs and so forth? Because we're in the Future Heights is in a similar position as well, just geared up and ready to go in terms of rehab. So our mission statement is basically community-based. We want to be equitable, we want to create affordable housing and so forth, so we need partners to do that. But we definitely want the city to be one of them. So nothing has really changed with that. And we're here more to answer questions that you may have and then we'll ask a few of you as well, because one of the recommendations that we got before, which I think is great, is also obtaining houses not only from the city, but also from the county. So that puts us in a position where when we look at the 500,000, we can actually be in a better position to purchase. And then coming up with a plan to be self-sustaining. So that means perhaps, selling those homes for a little bit higher profit than we have before, so that we can continue to invest in another home and another one and another one. Because, in the past, we basically, I think we got 20 homes done, in terms of renovation and so forth. And then our latest one was a partnership with a local developer, and he did a great job renovating, and then we sold that for a higher price, et cetera. So that puts us in a position where we can, actually think about, like, what is the scope of work gonna really look like? Is it gonna be something that is gonna put us in a position where Future Heights is growing? We're doubling our staff, we're doubling our homes, we're doubling our programs. So we do the crowdsourced conversations, we do leadership training, et cetera. We wanna continue to do those programs, but we want our main focus to be future homes.
Do you still want to do, do you also want to do infill housing, or are you just focusing on rehab?
Actually, we're focusing on rehab because we think that that's the best way to go, but in my expert opinion, which is not expert, I need to hear from those developers or so forth, and even from the city. What is it that our goal is ultimately? And what areas in the city are we focusing on? Is it South Taylor? Is it Noble Road? Is it, whatever the areas? Are we partnering together with HRC, with StartRight, et cetera? Because again, I think I said in one of the previous meetings, we have enough resources in terms of organizations, I believe, to get the job done. We've got enough developers, we have enough people that are interested in seeing the city go forward in specific areas. So just knowing what the city's plan is and where they want to attack first, so that we can say, we can do that, we are not able to do that, or so forth and so on. So it's just, again, being really transparent about how we're going forward. And then Future Heights is all in.
Anything else that either of you see as, outside of housing, for your organizations, where you would like to see us as a partner?
I would say most definitely with crowdsourcing, right? Our community conversations, really understanding from the city's perspective, what do they want to know from the community? What is it, what answers or what concerns does the city residents have that you would like to see them talk about? One of the things that came up as a real important piece to all of the crowdsourcing conversations is how we move that information that we collect during these discussions, how we move that forward to the city without creating a vacuum of, outcries from the community. Rather, perhaps developing a report so that the city could see what constituents are saying, and then decide on how they will want Future Heights or StartRight or anyone else to deal with them, approach them, or if it's, something the administration needs to do, and decide how the administration is going to approach community residents, et cetera. So that's a real important piece for us.
Does Future Heights share those results with city officials?
You know, I don't think they've been shared in a report way, and that's what I'm speaking to,
Okay,
that I
that's what I
believe,
thought you-
I personally, it needs to happen that way.
Yeah.
I think that through interpersonal conversations, that information is shared, but we like to see it be more formal.
Yeah.
Whereas if we're partnering together, the city is looking for us to provide that information to you, to the council, et cetera, so that that information can be used in the best way possible.
Questions? Oh,
I
sorry.
was gonna say, we're looking forward to working with the administration in the future in terms of the redevelopment of the Noble Nila Business District. Looking forward to the groundbreaking next month for the TWG project, which would be the initial start of that. And again, working with and sharing ideas with the planning department so that we can get that the Noble Nila Business District redeveloped and have new ideas about new projects that will go there.
That's gotta be nice.
So are you still focusing that particular aspect of Start Right on Caledonia to Woodview?
Correct.
That's, okay.
Correct.
Questions from council members? Okay, thank you both very much. We appreciate that. And we look forward to working with you in
Perfect.
these and other areas in the future.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're excited about the future.
We're all good.
We'll ask our law director and mayor to join us here. We're gonna move on to ARPA update and